Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering, back with another recap of my draft experience at Davis Cards and Games. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Today we were playing Neon Dynasty, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Can't talk. And it's a set that was really popular about a year ago, I think, and I played a lot of it. I'm not a huge... I think a lot of people really like Neon Dynasty. I'm okay with it. I'm not like a huge fan of it. I'd prefer to play lots of other sets rather than Neon Dynasty. I think it's because I played a lot of it when it did come out, and I'm like kind of done with it. I have the draft archetypes that I like to draft, but today I did something that I was totally unfamiliar with, but I only went 1 and 2, so maybe I should have stuck with what I knew better. But what I did play was pretty fun, and it led to some frustrations because, my win condition was a little bit iffy. Definitely pull-offable, but I could have gone at least 2 and 1, but in my final game, there were a couple of sequences that just messed me up. And my opponent played exactly correctly, but I was sort of relying on luck, which, of course, if you do that, it's going to run out. It definitely ran out on me. And so today I played black-red artifacts, which is, I think, an okay, decent deck in Kamigawa. There's definitely stronger decks than that, but that's the deck that I guess I was led into from pack 1, and I think I was one of only a couple of people playing artifacts, so it wasn't a bad deck to play, and it did okay, actually. I think I was competitive in all the games. Some of the games went really long. It was really grindy. It was a grindy experience. I had to grind out a lot of time in the wins and even the losses, so let's just take a look at the cards. We'll talk about what I drafted, and you can let me know what you think if you want. So let's take a look at the cards. Okay, starting off with Papercraft Decoy. You know, I knew I was into artifacts pretty much from pack 1, and so I was really looking for lots of artifacts. I got tons and tons of artifacts. In fact, my sideboard, which I guess I'll show you towards the end, has tons of artifacts and things I was trying to get synergy with. But the Papercraft Decoy, not a bad card. 2-1 for 2, and it can actually draw you a card if you pay 2 when it dies. You can kind of manipulate when that happens, especially there's a lot of things that allow you to sacrifice artifacts, and so, you know, this can get you an extra card draw, which is nice. Malicious Malfunction. This is a removal card. This is one that I kind of subbed in and out depending. I guess in the last game it was still in there, so that's why that's here. Flame Discharge, another removal spell. Again, decent. Removal's not as good in Neon Dynasty as in some of the other sets, but you still need it. Network Terminal. Kumano faces Kakazad. This is a really good saga. I'm glad I got it. It's a 1-drop. So if you get this in your opening hand, and especially if you can play a creature on 2, it's really nice. And then it becomes a 2/2 haster. We got the Ironhoof Boar, another artifact, trample and haste. You can also channel it to give it +3/+1. It's a 5/4. It's a really strong beater. Really glad to have this card in the deck. Dragon Spark Reactor. This is really cool. Every time you play an artifact, and when it comes in, you get to put a charge counter on it, and then you pay 4, you sack it, and you deal that much damage to the player and a target creature. This is great if you can get it out early, since most of the cards in the deck are artifacts. This can really get to be something pretty powerful. Kami's Flare is nice. This is sort of your premium red removal spell. It deals 3 to creature or planeswalker, and then it deals 2 to the controllers if they have a modified creature. So, or if you have a modified creature. Virus Beetle, one of the premium black cards. It's an artifact. It's a 1/1 for 2. Makes them discard a card, which is nice when it ETBs. If you can get this to come back over and over, it gets really annoying. You can do that with cards like Nezumi Prowler. This has ninjutsu, so like if your Virus Beetle gets in early, and you have a Prowler in your hand, you can just ninjutsu this in for 2. It'll deal 3, which is great, and then gets Death Touch and Lifelink, which is also great. So that's great. However, I will say, my first game I got to 36 life and I lost. My deck just ran out of gas. However, I did win the game. My first round. It was just that first game that I lost. We got Mukatai Ambusher, another Lifelink Ninjutsuer, which is nice. This is a card I wish I had multiples of. Oni Cult Anvil. Whenever one or more artifacts leave during your turn, you get to make a 1/1 construct token, artifact token. So that's really cool. And you can sacrifice an artifact, and the anvil deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you get to gain a life. So this is kind of the card, really a glue card. I wish I had more of these. I only had 1. Patchwork Automaton is another great card for this deck. It costs 2, and anytime an artifact comes in, it gets +1/+1. That's pretty sweet. Here's another Virus Beetle. Automated Artificer. This guy's okay. It's a 2-drop for a 1/3. You can tap him to activate an ability or cast an artifact. Nezumi Prowler. Again, lifelink to end of turns. Voltage Surge. This is just a good shock. Can shock something or can deal 4 if you sack something. If you sack an artifact. Life of Toshiro Umezawa is a really great saga. Another Surge. The Sokenzen Smelter is really cool. You can pay 1, sack artifacts to turn them into 3/1s, which can be a beating, actually. Unfortunately, it didn't do tons and tons. Synthesizer. This I wish I had more of as well. I feel like I didn't have enough of some of these cards. This is a cool card. When it comes in, you can exile the top card of your library, and then until the next turn, you can play that card. And then you can also sacrifice it to make a 2/2 Samurai. And then, of course, when it goes away, you can exile the card. For rares, I got Hidetsugu, Devouring Chaos. This guy is cool. 4/4 is a decently beefy body. You can sack a creature to scry 2, and then you can exile the top card of the library, play that card this turn. If you exile a non-land card, he does damage depending on the mana value. So kind of like Yuriko a little bit, where you turn a card around and deal the mana values to any target. Really cool card. Use them a little bit. This is the card that was the most fun, but also the card that gave me the most frustration. It costs 10, deals 10 to any target. Costs 1 less if you tap creatures to kind of convoke it into existence. There was a game where I didn't realize he had exiled one of my creatures, and I guess he said it really quietly. So I didn't actually exile the creature, just stayed there, and it was exactly 10. I had this. I was going to win the game, but then he's like, wait a minute, how did you convoke it? I got rid of the card which was on the table. I was like, what? And he showed me the card. Oh, I didn't realize that, he never, I maybe just didn't hear or what, but the card had gotten exiled, but I didn't hear it, and I didn't know what had happened. And then indeed the card was exiled, and I didn't have enough to pay, and I would have died the next turn to him, so I lost that game. But this almost won me the game. This actually did win me 1 game. And then in another game, I had to top deck a land in order to win. So like that 10 mana, this is like you're playing with you're almost playing roulette with this, because you're trying to get into top deck mode to get that 10th land or the next creature to get 10 total, to deal 10 if they're under 10 life. And so it's sort of a mini game I ended up playing, which was frustrating more often than not today. So I don't know if it was a great idea, but definitely just like a fun type card to put in the deck. And I also had the Lizard Blades. These are cool. Give something double strike. I mean, if Hidetsugu has like double strike, that's like sweet, and he actually did have that before. And so he did well with that. But there we go. There's the deck. And then these are trades I made. But this was my sideboard. A lot of red cards. You'll see you got the Shattered States era. Not the best one. Gift of Wrath. We got a Monk token. Another Shattered States return action. Nothing that good. Kami of Industry. Another Network Terminal. Chainflail Centipede. I could have put that in the deck. Lethal Exploit. Ambitious Assault. Roadside Reliquary. With a blue card that didn't do much. Automated Artificer. There's another one of those. Unstoppable Ogre, 4-1. Explosive Entry. I subbed 2 of these in against another Artifacts deck. They did well. I did get the Walking Skyscraper, but this was really hard to get into play. The Sling as well. So there you have it. Let's see. We got a couple of packs just to open up here. We got a set booster for Lord of the Rings. See what we get in that. And then a Paldea Evolved was the prize pack. Sometimes they toss... I just say toss me something, and they toss me like a Pokemon, or last week it was Yu-Gi-Oh! So we'll just have a little fun with that one at the end. Let's see what we get in the Lord of the Rings pack. That's a cool art card. Got nice planes. Man, I wish we could play Lord of the Rings. So this would be fun. Birthday Escape, one of my favorite fun cards. Sith Land Not's a fun card as well. Frodo. We got Gollum. We got Frodo and Gollum in this. We got Legolas. Elven Chorus is the rare. Nimble Hobbit foil. Okay, so nothing great in that pack. Alright, Paldea Evolved. I did buy some Paldea Evolved. I do buy Pokemon every so often. See if we get anything good in this pack. Dino. And we got Noibat, Litleo, and Garganacl. So nothing really great out of the Pokemon, unfortunately. So yeah, that's it. Alright, well, can't wait for the next time I play Magic, which hopefully will be on Monday. Maybe I'll do some Commander Night, hopefully do that. If not, it'll be next Friday for yet another fun Friday Night Magic Draft, which is Dominaria Remastered, I believe, which will be pretty awesome. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.